Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about something that people ask me all the time when they see my work. Where do you find your papers? And the answer usually surprises them because I don't actually use pre-made colored papers. I make all of my colors myself. As a collage illustrator, color is not just decoration for me, it's a huge part of the storytelling. Every picture book has its own mood, its own atmosphere, and I want the colors to feel like they belong only to that story. So, instead of searching for the perfect paper, I create it. What I do is mix my own paints and then apply those colors onto paper. I mostly use acrylic paint, by the way. This gives me complete control. I can make a color slightly warmer, slightly duller, more textured or more vibrant, whatever the story needs. Over time, this has become a really important part of my process. Now, one key idea I want to share with you is palette consistency. When you're working on a picture book, you're not just making one illustration, you're creating a whole visual world across many pages. If your colors keep changing randomly, the book can feel disconnected. So, I usually develop a limited palette at the beginning of a project. I test colors, mix variations, and build a small family of tones that work well together. That palette becomes my guide for the entire book. But here is where it gets interesting and sometimes a bit challenging. Because I'm making my own color papers, I often run out of them while I'm still working on the book. And when that happens, I have to recreate the exact same colors again. This is not always easy. Even if you mix the same paints, small differences can happen. Texture can be different, for example, or since it's acrylic paint, I mix it with water. Sometimes when you put more water, it becomes lighter. Ratio might be slightly off, or texture changes in a way. So I've learned to pay close attention while mixing. Sometimes I even keep notes or small swatches to compare. It becomes a slow, careful process of matching what I've already made. This is why a collage illustration, especially when you make your own papers, can take a long time. It's not just about cutting and composing, it's also about preparing your materials with attention. For beginners, this might sound a bit overwhelming, but you don't have to start in such a complex way. You can begin by experimenting. Take a few basic colors and try mixing them to create your own palette. Paint them onto paper, let them dry and see how they feel together. Cut them, layer them, and observe how they interact. This will help you understand color relationships much more deeply than just using ready-made materials. Another tip is to limit yourself. Instead of using many different colors, try working with just 5 or 6 tones. You'll notice how much more cohesive your illustrations start to feel. And most importantly, be patient with the process. Making your own color is slow, but it's also very rewarding. Over time, you'll develop a sensitivity to color So that becomes a part of your artistic voice. People might not immediately know why your work feels unique, but often it's because your colors are truly yours. So next time you see a collage illustration, remember those colors might not exist anywhere else. They might have been mixed, tested, and remade many times before becoming part of the final image. I also want to talk about something very simple and important. You can actually use to make your own collage papers with, for example, gouache. I use it sometimes. It gives you rich and matte colors and covers the paper really well. It's great if you want solid, even surfaces. I already told you I use acrylic paint. It's more permanent and slightly more vibrant. But you can get it softer by adding more water. Another option is watercolor. This gives you more transparency, so your paper will feel lighter and more textured. It's perfect if you like subtle color variations. And don't forget, you can experiment ink, colored pencils, oil pastels, even mixing materials together. Sometimes the most interesting papers come from combining different mediums. The important thing is not which material you choose, but how you explore it. Try different tools, different amounts of water, different papers, and see what kind of textures and colors you can create. That's where your unique collage language begins. That's all for today. In the next lesson, I might show you a bit more of my actual color mixing process and how I create my papers step by step. If you like my video, please like, subscribe, and comment. Thanks for watching.